Today's video, I discuss how I chose someone to sponsor, guide, or mentor. Stay tuned. Yo, what's up? Class is back in session. Welcome back to another episode here at Sobriety University. This channel is designed to talk about addiction, recovery related topics. And today's video is going to be about how I chose a mentor, someone to mentor, coach, train, help along the spiritual path. And just looking forward to sharing some of the tips and things I've learned to look out for and things not to look out for as well. So first off, I want to say I appreciate anyone who's liked, commented, subscribed. It's been awesome to connect over the comments section and over YouTube. It's been awesome to hear people starting at the bottom and making some big progress, hitting those 30-day marks, those 40-day marks, 50, 60, 60, 70. I remember when I was there, and those are huge moments, and I feel a lot of gratitude that I was able to continue on from those milestones. So I look forward to hearing more about your successes. And let's begin for this video. So the first thing I look for in choosing someone to coach, guide, or mentor is, do they have what I want? And I know that can sound kind of selfish, and there's a little bit of self-centeredness in it. I've had to learn to kind of let that go, though, because in a sense I am choosing someone to help along this path, and I want to make sure that the person I choose is going to be a good fit, and that I'm not going to waste their time, they're not going to waste this time, and it's just going to be a productive relationship on both ends. I want the relationship to be mutually exclusive as well, so that I'm benefiting them, I'm getting benefit, and I feel that if they don't have what I want in life, whether it be their career, relationships, just how much recovery time they have, that I'm not going to be invested as well, and so they're not going to get as much out of it, I'm not going to get as much out of it, and it's basically just going to be a waste of time. So now I look for somebody that has that experience. The current person I'm working with has over 10 years in the program for codependency, and I was really drawn to that because I'm like, okay, this guy does not give up, he is committed, obviously, and he's going to have a lot of wisdom to share, stuff that I think if I were to meet somebody that is like a day in, I'm not going to find that. And how do they carry themselves as well, just like within meetings or when I see them out in public. Like, of course, they're super spiritual in life, and then I see them out in the parking lot yelling at someone. I'm probably not going to choose that person. Now, if they're, they walk with integrity and have a lot of self-trust, I'm really going to be drawn to that kind of person. So the second thing I look for is, do we get along? And that's kind of might be a little bit of an obvious one. Does our chemistry connect? Do we have the same values? And before, I kind of would go to people that maybe were a bit different in the sense that they could push a little bit and I could get a different perspective. And I think that was super beneficial, and I really appreciate the people that I learned from in that respect. Now going forward, though, having gone through it a few times, I really look for somebody that I'm just going to be able to laugh with, have fun with, kind of joke around. I love to joke around. I love to crack wise, and I found that when I'm working with someone that takes things really serious, it's very difficult to kind of open up and experience that freedom that I'm looking for. So now I'm totally looking for somebody that can just crack jokes and laugh about the ridiculousness of life and addiction in specific, how something so minute can cause so much suffering, and yet to overcome that suffering, all it means is just stopping it. It's just like super obvious, yet it's very difficult. So that's why I just think it's so ironic. And the person I'm working with now, we joke about that all the time, and I have a lot of fun. I look forward to seeing him every week because I know that we're going to have a great time. With music as well, I'm working with somebody that we share similar values, we have a similar personality, so we put a lot of effort into the relationship, and I really appreciate that. They have some awareness around how to really express and show empathy and compassion, and I receive it, and I like doing that too. And sometimes I found that when I meet people that have that more serious personality, that when I express those emotions, they get a little uncomfortable, and I totally understand. It's a lot of energy. I just really enjoy somebody that is going to be able to deliver that energy as well. So the third thing I look for is, do they give critical feedback? Now, this is something that I was really against at the beginning because the feelings got hurt. I didn't want that. I just kind of wanted someone who was going to agree with everything I said and kind of enable some of the behaviors I was doing. Now, though, I really value somebody that's just going to get right to it, who's going to kind of call stuff out when it's appropriate. Again, like I said in the last one, not looking for someone that does that all the time with everything I say and just is super, super critical. Somebody, though, that's going to really be open and comfortable with saying, hey, I don't agree with this. This is why. And I think this is something that maybe if you implemented could make a big difference. And so with music, for example, there's two guys I'm working with, and they do not mess around. They don't say, hey man, this is a dope track, I love your music. They're like, no, this is wrong with it, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this could be changed. I don't like this. And at first it really hurt because, again, I had so much invested into the music, to the song I was sending them. Now, though, I just see how much I've grown from that critical feedback. So again, with addiction and recovery, I know I'm going to grow when somebody's gonna kind of push to go into those places that I don't really want to go, help step into that discomfort zone. So I really value that now, and that's something else I look forward to when choosing someone to coach, mentor, or sponsor. The fourth thing I look for is, are they able to listen and empathize with what I'm saying? And this is not to be mistaken with enabling, because sometimes in the past, what I thought was empathy was really just kind of agreeing with everything I said, or vice versa. When I would coach people, I thought I was behaving with a lot of empathy. In reality, though, I was just kind of enabling their behavior, just kind of nodding the head and agreeing, yes, 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 even if I didn't agree with it. And so now I definitely look for someone that is going to be able to say, hey man, I feel you, I've experienced that, and I feel your pain. I've worked with people in the past that really just weren't able to do it, and I don't blame them at all. I wasn't able to as well, so it made sense why I attracted that kind of relationship, and I don't think they knew how to either. I wish them the best, and maybe things have changed. Back then, though, it was really, sometimes I would say what I was feeling, for example. So now I really enjoy talking about emotions, feelings, and I found that I get a lot of freedom from that. Before, when I would start to bring up emotions and feelings and that kind of sometimes uncomfortable stuff with old people who would used to coach, mentor, it would kind of, I felt like they would shut down a little bit. And like I said, it's not their fault. It was probably triggering for them. Now, though, I really look for somebody that is going to be able to sit with that discomfort, and or not get uncomfortable at all because they've gone through it themselves, so they're just used to it. That's really something I value, someone that can sit with those uncomfortable emotions. And then with listening, this is probably the biggest one. I worked with people in the past, and I've been one of those people in the past that as soon as I would say something or kind of talk about how I was feeling, I just could get the sense that they weren't very interested. Like they would just start like looking around and kind of maybe checking their phone or their watch, or just kind of tuning out a little bit. And I'm like, bro, like this is like, what is this? Like, this is not a conversation. This is a one-sided thing. And then as soon as they would start talking, they'd be like really alive and animated and really engaged in what they were saying. And then as soon as I would say something, it was like, oh, here we go again. And I'm like, this is not somebody that I'm looking for to help guide and grow and teach. Like the people now that I work with, they love to listen. And one, it's teaching me a lot about how I can listen as well. So I noticed that in the past, when I would listen, I would kind of do the active listening. So like nodding, kind of yes, no's, kind of almost kind of following along, and I would do that too much. And so now what I've noticed with people that really love to listen is sometimes they just won't say anything for like a good few minutes. And at first I was like, back in the day, I'd be like, oh my God, they just don't care. But actually, they were just really intently listening. And so now going forward, when I am talking with people, I really work on remembering to just not say anything and just really listen. And that's been super monumental, super helpful, and it's something that I could not even pay to have learned before. So I really appreciate somebody that can listen now. And as well, I'm going to go forward and make sure I'm listening to the person that I'm helping, because I see how valuable it is. So I think that's all for this video. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, I really appreciate it. The goal is to do some more of these videos on a more regular basis. Was kind of working through some stuff and didn't really have the time to do this, nor was I sure if this is something I actually wanted to do. And now I realize that it really is. So I really enjoy this beautiful day, being able to do this awesome thing and connect over this social media platform. Again, any likes, comments, subscriptions are greatly appreciated. I love connecting over the comments. I will respond. And any questions, please feel free to leave them below as well. Look forward to the next one and talk to you soon. Peace.